Hey everyone. I just wanted to come on and talk for a minute about our passions, our careers, the choices we make, why some people are successful and why some people fail. And really, you're never failing, you're only learning. Okay? And you're always going to have failures before you have your success. So you can't be afraid to just dive in. But here's the thing, we're so completely programmed that we're supposed to live our lives in a certain way. For example, a parent who is a surgeon and then they have a child and then they push, but they didn't even like being a surgeon. They felt overworked, they were tired all the time, all this stuff. But then they encourage their child to also be a surgeon. We see these types of patterns all the time, not just in a doctor's profession, but as attorneys, teachers, anything. And a parent just wants their child to be okay. They're just teaching them what they know. It's a generational thing. Get a good government job with some benefits and you won't have to worry about money. Money is the big thing. It's a fear tactic. They use money and paying our bills and everything else as a way to make you fearful that you won't be able to do that, therefore you won't be able to survive. So people are scared to just try to monetize their passion. There's so many fears there because that's what they're told not to do. The artists, the musicians, and all that stuff. There's too many of them that didn't make it, and now what are they, bums? Like, it's that stereotype. It's that there's a lot more to it. People who are musicians and turn out bums, it's not because they're not a good musician. It's not because they're not a vibrational match to where they want to be. That is why, if they're not successful. Even people who are successful might not necessarily be happy because it's all about where you are vibrationally. But back to what I was saying is it's not about grinding. Oh, you got to grind so hard so you can get to this place that you want to be in. It's not about that. It's about bringing your vibration, your emotion. Where are you on the emotional scale? Are you neutral? Are you depressed? Are you fearful? Are you hopeful? Are you joyful? Are you in a vibration of love? Like, where do you fall? Are you somewhere neutral? I think most of the population is like neutral or below, unfortunately. And the reason I know that is because I used to be in the matrix, is what I'm going to say. I don't want to like use names for people. I hate using the word asleep, but I mean, it is kind of like that. People in the matrix are asleep to their own, consciousness. Yeah, I know what that's like. So I know now that I vibrate at a higher frequency that nothing could happen for me there. There was nothing for me there except for more of what I was giving out, of that energy I was giving out. So I was just going to continue to receive situations, relationships, people, whatever, all of these scenarios that matched the vibration that I was at, which was probably neutral or below, like most people who are asleep. So that's the number one thing to understand when you're trying to figure out, why am I successful? Why am I not successful? Well, where do you fall on the vibrational scale? How do you feel on a daily basis? If you feel pretty shitty about yourself, you're probably gonna get some more pretty shitty scenarios in your life. And I don't like to talk like a Debbie Downer, but I'm a realist. Like, it is what it is. I say it all the time. Vibrational frequency, law of attraction, quantum physics, it's all as consistent as the law of gravity. It's faithfully consistent to you. And thank goodness for that. Like, how I'm so appreciative of the fact of the consistency of the law of attraction in my life, because I know that all I have to do is keep my emotions in check. And let me tell you something, it ain't always easy when when you're growing and you're trying to break these out of these programs to keep yourself in a high vibration. It takes practice. Meditation is huge. Whether people want to hear it or not and they think it's dumb to just sit there and be quiet, it is way more than that. And I challenge all of you, this is how I got myself to meditate. Because when I first tried it, I said, nothing's happening. What is this? I'm just sitting here. So I challenged myself to 30-day meditation challenge, 15 to 20 minutes every day for 30 days. And then it's a habit. Now I wake up and I meditate. Yeah, I've fallen off. I'm not saying I've never went periods of time where I didn't, but it changed my life. It changed my life. That's the best way you can start off your day. And you'll see why. Because everybody has their own personal experience with it. So mine's not going to be the same as yours. Yours is not going to be the same as somebody else's. But back to career and stuff. So what happens is people will pick things based off of what they think other people want them to do, or based off of a money thing. They'll pick careers. This is what I'm referring to, careers. They will pick things like that instead of picking what they're passionate about, because they're scared of not being able to survive. What you really actually need to do is pick what you love and then become a vibrational match to success and abundance. Because then it will all fall into place. Consistently meditate. When you consistently meditate, you're keeping your vibration higher. You're starting your vibration off high. I'm not saying you can never have a bad day, and that's where people go wrong. On the bad days, they set themselves back, or they just stop in their growth process because they get down on themselves like, shit, I'm having a bad day. I'm bringing my vibration down. Now I'm going to be unsuccessful. Now this is going to happen. Now I'm going to manifest bad things. No, abort that. Abort that mission. If you're having a bad day, guess what? You're freaking human. I have bad days. My kids have bad days. Everybody and their mama have bad days, okay? What you need to do is be so easy on yourself. If you're having a bad day, say, shit, I realize that my vibration is kind of low today. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to sit here and freak out and think that I'm going to manifest all these negative things. I'm going to be easy on myself. I'm going to ground myself. I'm going to take an Epsom salt bath. I'm going to relax and not put pressure on myself to do too much today. I might even call off work. I might take it the fuck easy. That's what I'm trying to say. Because what you're doing when you're hard on yourself, because you know these things now. Once you learn what vibrational frequency is and where you are on the emotional scale, when you know these things, it can make you fearful that you're going to attract bad things into your life. Do not fear that. As soon as you have a bad day, acknowledge that you're a human and that bad days happen. And get excited about it and say, yes, this is an opportunity to grow. This is an opportunity to grow. This is an opportunity to look at this scenario in this situation in a different perspective, to put a different angle on it and how you're viewing it. I'm trying to think. Let me think of something. Okay. So say your car broke down. Say you got a flat tire. And you're like, shit, now I'm going to be late for work. Your vibration's getting lower because you're panicking, all this kind of stuff. Sometimes in those moments, you just got to sink into it and accept it. Call into work, just let them know what happened. AAA's on the way, ain't shit you can do about it. Sitting and calling everyone, telling them the situation, freaking out, you're not helping your energy. Just chill. When there's nothing you can do in a stressful moment, the best thing you can do is just chill. Honestly, at this point in my life, if it's me on the side of the road and I don't have my kids with me, I would just sit there and meditate or listen to a YouTube video or something, wait for AAA to get there, help me with my tire, whatever. I need to learn how to change a tire, right? And I don't have to wait for AAA. But anyway, my point is, there's always a different way to handle a situation. You could melt down, you could cry, whatever. If you want to cry, Then just feel it. But just know that, like, you always have a choice in how you want to deal with something. You always have a choice on how you want to perceive something. So, when it comes to your career, you really have to just understand that you have to be in this space that you can receive. And you cannot receive things that you want, like abundance and love, and abundance in everything, financially, love, just in beauty all around you, and having this intense appreciation all the time for just everything. You can get to that point where just everything, you can see joy in it, and you can see love and abundance and just fruitfulness. And every time you look at somebody, you don't want to judge them. If you look at somebody that you used to be, like somebody, the type of person that you would judge, you recognize, like, wow, old Kelsey would have judged that person because she was insecure or because of whatever reason. And now I look at that person and all I feel is love towards them, even if I don't know who they are. And because you can get to this space. It's like when you see a little kitten, you can't help but love them. That's how I feel about people in general. And it sounds corny and cliche, but once you get there, that's when things in your life start manifesting and coming into your life in the way that you want it to. And that's in any situation, not just your career. So do what you love, and then raise your vibration so you can monetize it, so you can express yourself. You don't have to monetize what you love. Just do what you love. If you want to continue working your 9 to 5 because you actually enjoy it, you enjoy your co-workers and stuff, then do that. Like, follow your heart, follow your intuition, but we have to stop being distracted by everything in order to do that. How can you follow your intuition when you're so busy and scheduled? And I say that all the time. Like, your intuition is your map to everything you could possibly want times a million. Like, we limit ourselves through our thoughts. We think that we are only capable of obtaining certain things. And I'm not just talking about material things. I'm talking about, like, shit that actually matters. Like these intense loving relationships with our family, with our friends, with our children, with our significant others. Like, you want to experience love on another level, well, then you better raise your vibration and get there with it. And you can only do that by recognizing that you're programmed, because we all are. I'm still programmed. We're all still programmed because we have been since we came out of the womb. We've been being programmed by our culture, by our parents, by our environment, by everything around us. And it doesn't mesh with who we really are in a lot of cases, most of the time. You have to completely rebuild yourself and figure out who you are. You're not rebuilding yourself. You're just exposing the truth and peeling the masks off one layer at a time, just peeling off the onion, figuring out who you are at your core. And honestly, I didn't even know what my passion was. So now I'm an artist. I design, I paint, I do all these things. And like, I'll be honest with you, when I was in high school and I was in like my early to mid 20s, I didn't even think I was like that person. I wasn't that person who went to college for art school. I was a history major in college. Like, it just wasn't, I didn't even know, because I was so distracted and I just didn't know what I wanted, just like every other person in their early 20s and mid 20s and whenever. Like, most people don't know what they really want because they don't know who they are, because they're too programmed to know who they are, because they're wearing a mask but they don't know they're wearing a mask. It's like you're walking around with a fucking mask on, but you think it's you. You think that's who you are. You think this personality is who you are. This personality is not who you are. This is the character you play in this incarnation. In my most previous incarnation, I wasn't even a woman. I actually did my own past life regression. And it was really trippy. I'm going to make another video about it. But thankfully, I was a person who was kind of, I worked a government job. I wouldn't say I was super well known, but well known enough that they had written record of who I was, and like my birth and death record and all of that. I found it. Like, it's a trippy story. I did it this past fall. I literally just went on YouTube and did a self-hypnosis past life regression and checked all of it out. It was really cool. But I'll post that in a different video so you can see about it. But gosh, I get off on tangents and then I forget what the heck I was talking about. Past life regression. Why did I bring that up? I used to be a man. I don't know. Anyways, fact of the matter is that there's the only person, the only thing that holds you back is yourself. And you have to trust you. Stop going to so many other people for advice. If you want to go on YouTube and get a little inspiration, cool. If you want to go see a guru and do all these chakra healings and all that, cool. That will definitely help you on your process. But I'll tell you one thing. You are the one that holds all the answers. Every answer is inside of you. Start meditating every day and all that shit will be revealed to you. Everything will be revealed to you. Everyone has psychic abilities. Everyone has different gifts, but they're so programmed that they're blocked. They don't even know how to tap into their gifts. And it's just crucial to be conscious of the way you feel in any given moment. And just try to be in the moment. Don't try to think about the future that doesn't even exist and the past that is long gone and doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't make a damn difference what happened in the past because it doesn't help you moving forward. And it doesn't matter what's going to happen in the future because if you're sitting there trying to plan out your future, like, it's the worst possible way to go about it. And I know all these strategists and stuff will tell you, plan this far in ahead and do all this stuff. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not how you follow your intuition. Trust yourself. Trust your higher self. Trust God. Trust the universe. Whatever label you put to it, you have to do the trust fall. And when you do the trust fall and you become conscious of how you feel on any given day, in any given moment, you'll start to see how manifestations trickle into your life. You'll start to get excited about all the synchronicities that are happening. You're going to be pumped because you're going to see it. And the more you see it happening to you, the more you're going to believe it. And that's the more faith that you have in yourself and your higher self and God. And that faith will carry you so far, especially when you're going through the initial phases of your spiritual awakening, because you're going to go through the hardest shit then. And if you don't have faith, it can slow you down a little bit. But the more you meditating is so important. It's so important. And I had stopped meditating and I felt myself slowing down. I didn't stop altogether. I was still meditating, but not like I was. Like now I do it. I'm back to doing it like twice a day. And I hadn't done it for a little while, and I mean once in a while, but it wasn't like twice a day. And all of a sudden it was just like turtle motion in terms of manifestation. Nothing the fuck was happening. Molasses in January, everything was slowing down for me. And it was just like, but I was distracted. And so I became conscious of my distraction, implemented a healthy boundary, and then felt this huge relief lift off of my shoulders. Huge relief. And now all of a sudden, boom, 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 everything's happened for me again. So just be aware. You have all the answers. You have all the answers. Just ask for them. Ask for answers. Ask for guidance. Your guides are all around you all of the time. Ask them questions. And it might not pop up today. It might pop up tomorrow. It might pop up in the weirdest way. You have to pay attention. You're getting signs all over the place. But if you're not too distracted by all these programs that you're still trying to shed, you'll see the path. It'll illuminate. Your light will illuminate the path that you need to go down to do everything that you ever dreamed of and wanted in your life. And you'll feel it because you'll resonate with it so heavily. Like it just feels good in your heart. It just feels good in your energy, in your spirit. You're just like skipping through your days like, hell yeah, I feel amazing. The simplest shit. Like I'll be juicing my fruits and vegetables and doing the dishes and just have my headphones in and jamming out to some music. And it's just like I'm having the time of my freaking life. And it's so important that the little mundane things are amazing too. And you can get there. You can totally get there. And it's not because I like to do dishes, I promise you. But yeah, guys, I'm over 20 minutes, so I don't like to make my videos too long. I know you guys are, you have things to do with your life, so watching me for 20 minutes is probably a bit much. But anyways, I love you. Thank you for watching. Check out my website, kelseyfranks.com. Check out my YouTube, _KelseyFranks. I'm always, did I say YouTube? I meant Instagram. Check out my Instagram. You're already on my YouTube. If you see this video, like and subscribe. And I also have a Facebook page. It's Kelsey Franks. If you want to check that out, I post some stuff on there. But it's mostly this stuff I post on my YouTube and Instagram. So it's up to you. Also, if you're interested in any of my services, just check out my website, kelseyfranks.com. And that is all, folks. I will catch you on the flip side.